Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. How comes he's in that little cottage again? Well, I'm up here writing songs for the darkness. We've got another album coming out. Who knows when? Maybe next year, maybe the year after, maybe the year after that. But we're not stopping until we've got something really great. So today is just another week of that, really. Today is also Comments Day, Comments episode 45, and it's been a little while since I've done this, so I won't be able to read out all the super thanks folk. They're going to be in, you guys are going to be in the description there. And just to say before I begin, I really appreciate all of your support. Thanks a lot, guys. Justin Hawkins rides again. What's that guitar he's playing this time? Well, it's Softy's little Martin thing. I don't know whether it counts as a parlour guitar or what, really, but it's well nice, and it sounds all right. So, yeah, here we go. Comments. April Kurtz with a lovely super thanks. A question for question day. Justin, you've said a few times that you're writing your memoir. Are you relying on your journals, memory, or both? Do you have friends and family who will remember the stuff that you can't? Ha, thanks again for all you do. Yeah, the memoir thing's a difficult process because my coping strategy has been experience something traumatic or whatever, bury the memory and the associated emotions with it deep in my psyche, right down at the bottom. Put a lid on that and put some other experiences on top of it, so I never really have to deal with that stuff. And then writing a memoir is like sort of silting through all the fun stuff and just getting this horrible things out that I've tried to forget. It's really difficult. About the friends and family, all of those people will get chucked under the bus if I write a memoir that is actually authentic, you know. So I don't think anybody's inclined to really help me with that. But yeah, let's see how it goes, you know. It's an ongoing process, and my God, it's painful. I mean, the other thing is, I'm 47 years old. I don't feel like a 47-year-old until I started doing this. And now it's like all those experiences that I'd forgotten, it's like adds up to this epic timeline that spans 47 years, and suddenly I feel my age. It's not good, guys. It's not good. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're going to do a memoir, make a journal as you go along and then just let someone else do it. That's my advice, because this is painful. Lorna Karimji with a lovely super thanks. Thanks, Lorna. Hey, Justin, one for Comments Day, if you don't mind. It really struck me when you referred to Easter is Cancelled as being a divorce album for you. I wondered how it feels to perform those songs and whether they evoke difficult memories which would definitely be at odds with your high energy performances, or once written and performed over time, do they take on new associations? Would you consider your songwriting a necessary catharsis to get you through tough times? I actually see songwriting in the opposite direction. I think I live a chaotic life so that I can write songs. I don't write songs to cope with a chaotic life. I do it the other way around. Both are probably true. But you know, if you have a boring life, how can you expect to write an interesting song? You know what I mean? William K says, you need to start a feud, Justin. Who are you going to diss? Become the trickster. Okay, who shall I diss? Well, I do tend to diss the fella from the Maroon 5, but I doubt if he's inclined to punch downwards, really. He's so successful that it's hardly be worth it. Who you guys suggest somebody to diss in the comments, and I'll just go ahead and do it. Whoever is the person that receives the most votes in the comment section here is the person that I will diss, and I will do it on the next Comment Day video. Fair enough? Yeah. Grace Bouchard with a lovely super thanks. Hey Justin, question for you. What's the reason the Darkness play ABBA's Arrival before every performance? And have you been to the ABBA Voyage yet? Would love to hear your thoughts on it. I haven't been to ABBA Voyage yet. My hairdresser and life guru has invited me a couple of times, but I haven't been able to make it because I'm just so busy all the time. Do you know what I mean by that? We use ABBA Arrival because 20 years ago we wanted an intro tape, and I think the criteria that we were looking for was something that didn't have anything sort of too percussive in it, and orchestral and dramatic and all that, but without drums or timpanis or anything. Second choice was, the other choice we had was too bombastic. It was The Storm by Jim Steinman, which I really love. Brilliant instrumental and orchestral arrangement. Love that stuff. Maybe I'll use that for my solo shows. Who knows? Anyway, thank you. Chris Johnson with a lovely super thanks says, Tarlad, can you expand further on what constitutes a lift and what doesn't? Oasis did quite a bit of this. Cigarettes and Alcohol versus T-Rex, Get It On, or even Velvet Underground's Ride Into the Sun and whatever. Cheers, another cracking vid. All right, well, Okay, there's some Oasis stuff there. No, what's that? Is that... Am I doing Some Might Say there? Oh, God, I don't know. Anyway, there's an Oasis one that goes, and I want you to know... Na, 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 na. The point I was making was the melody is nearly the same as this. I don't know why nobody told you how to unfold your love. And that's the Beatles, of course, doing While My Guitar Gently Weeps. And I thought the irony of it was that the Oasis were always saying John Lennon was the main Beatle, they loved him, blah, 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 didn't really care for Paul McCartney's contribution. And yet, when they're actually doing stuff that really does sound like the melodies of the Beatles, they're borrowing from George Harrison. But I would hesitate to call it a direct lift, because the chords underneath the Oasis version are relationally different to the melody, even though the melody is nearly exactly the same. Probably falls in a different part of the bar and relates to the accompaniment in a different way because the chords are not the same. I hope that clears that up. Graeme Stears of a lovely Super Thanks. Justin, I was at the Wembley show on Saturday and I just want to say, wow. I've waited nearly 20 years to see you guys live, but always had the worst luck in finding out you were playing a gig until the day or the day after. Either way, in 2003 I was a 15-year-old praying for some whopper waka whoa like AC/DC, Thin Lizzy and Queen, and when the charts were just full of stuff I couldn't connect with, I heard Growing on Me. It was a single shining beacon through, and I knew music was in safe hands. Thank you for restoring my faith and then for delivering the exact show I needed it to be on Saturday. Now a question. I was impressed by how tight you guys were on Saturday. How often do you guys rehearse / play together when not touring, and what was the rehearsal schedule like in the lead up to any gig or this tour in particular? Alright, I'm going to shock you now. Thank you for all that really positive stuff. It's great. We don't rehearse or play together in between tours unless we're recording something or writing. That material that you hear in the set, we practice it one time. We go through the set one time the day before the first show and then just pray. It's seat of the pants stuff, but the thing is we're not pretending, this is what we do, so we just need to dust it off really and make sure the set runs in a nice way. Beyond that, the playing of the stuff is all second nature to us. It's like falling off a bike or whatever it is, riding a log. Yeah. Anyway, cheers. John Boyan Raquel says, as a musician, I find it hard not to drink on stage these days. Any tips for us who want to stop and enjoy the slower shows and make the nights clear again? I have a tip for you. Let music be the thing that you get high on. That's what I did. That's what I do. Try drinking after the show to celebrate it. Try that. Just don't drink yet. Drink it maybe in the encore, something like that. And thanks for all your comments, guys. Check out the description here for all of the super thanks. I really appreciate the support that you've shown me, and I'll keep answering these questions as honestly as I can. And just keep the comments coming and look after each other and see you on the ice. And lots of love to you. I love you very much. Cheers. Thank you. Justin Hawkins writes again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Watch one of these two videos and never stop the dance. That's it. Never stop the dance. Yeah.